Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video on how to dye extensions pink. Now, obviously I'm sure it works differently with different types of extensions, like ones that aren't real hair and ones that aren't blonde, but I did buy blonde extensions and I'm pretty certain that it's going to go okay just based on the fact that, well, blonde pretty much dyes to anything. So I'll show you a step-by-step guide of how I did it, and at the end I'll come back and tell you about how I thought it went. Alright, see you in a bit. Start off by taking the conditioner of your choice. Mine is just red from Home Bargains, and put it into a bowl that you would use for bleach or mixing hair dye together. Next, take your colour of choice. Mine is the Reach Directions Flamingo Pink. Take the lid off, grab your tinting brush, and add as much as you feel necessary. I added 2 scoops to start off with, but in the end I ended up putting the whole tub in because I didn't feel like it mixed to a dark enough colour. I thought it was too pastel-y with only 2 scoops. This is the messy part. It could also be the most fun part or the most strenuous part. Mixing the colour together and making sure you get all the conditioner with it. Now, it is quite difficult, but you just need to make sure you keep swirling it round, checking the under layers, making sure that you haven't missed any conditioner, making sure that there's no white, or making sure that there's none of whatever colour your conditioner is. You need to make sure that you've mixed it all together well. If not, you could get an uneven coverage, part of your hair could not be the same colour as the other, or you could completely miss a patch where your conditioner has been spread and not dye, which would be quite disastrous in my opinion. This is what it looked like afterwards, and this is what it looked like after I added the rest of the tub of dye. Now this is where we put the colour onto our extensions. As you can see, I bought blonde, as they are it's the easiest colour to dye over. Now, make sure you do it on foil and don't worry about some of the hair coming out of your extensions. Remember that they're not attached to a scalp, they're attached to stitched bits of thread, and it's expected for them to be pulled out when you're dragging something along. Make sure you also remember to do both sides. As you can see, sometimes the coverage on one side doesn't seep through enough to cover the other side, and that could be disastrous as well if you're looking for a completely even finish on your extensions. Make sure that it's even on both sides and the hair looks basically the same colour. Now, this isn't as important as most steps, but I like to do it. Make sure you have a wide tooth comb that you don't mind getting hair dye on, whatever colour, and brush your extensions gently. Not hard enough to pull them out, but not gentle enough to not make a difference. It's just basically to cool the dye, excess dye from the top to the bottoms to ensure an even coverage. Now this is where we wrap the extensions in foil. Now this is the same kind of logic as when you wrap the bleached hair in foil. It keeps the heat in, it helps the hair to process, it stops it from getting dry and damaged. And that is what we want. Even though I've mixed it with conditioner and it is a vegetable based oil, it could still dry the extensions out if it isn't properly secured. You don't have to put as much time and effort into it. I'm just a bit of a perfectionist. This is me washing the dye out of my extensions. Now, I make sure that I use cold water, as this seals the cuticle even in extensions as they are real hair, so it helps the colour hold better. When I was washing it out, the water was literally clear from the beginning, which I thought was quite surprising, but it just goes to show how true it is that cold water is better for coloured hair. Now this is just a quick video showing me putting extensions on a larger bit of hair, as I am doing full head extensions. I just wanted to show you on a smaller strand the step-by-step guide. But yeah, this is what I did basically. I did it on foil again. The reason I'm skipping a bit towards the roots, I suppose, is because I don't want to have to get it wet where the clips are, because I'm worried that it'll make the stitches come undone, and I've only just got them. I don't want to wreck them before I even warm them. And this is what you should be left with, a stack of foils which contain hair, basically. Now if you're worried because your extensions came out looking a bit ratty like that after you'd washed them, don't worry, because I did a strand beforehand, which is this, and it dried out soft, it dried out nice. And this is just a comparison to the wet one and the dry one. It just shows that it does bulk up again, and they do end up looking a lot nicer when they've dried.
This is music without the concept.